Hi guys, welcome to Butte Mountain Homestead. I didn't set the camera up for all this because I squirreled a lot this morning. When I did one thing and had to go do something else, I saw something else and I did that, and it just was a vicious circle because there's so much to do. But my list is long today. I did get this aphid infested zucchini plant out. I did treat the soil with a systemic insect helper. I think it's by Bear or something like that. So I tilled it up and put even more in, so we'll see about that. And when I go to plant there, I'm going to do a layer of neem pellets, and then I'll cover with amendments and new either compost or soil or a little bit of both. But yep, the radishes are coming in good. So are the beets and lettuce, and this netting has kept Gypsy out of there and the quail. So there's carrots coming up over there, really good actually. A couple weeds I need to wait till they're a little bit bigger, but the lettuce is coming in. So I think all of this right here is lettuce. And then I did pull that one squash plant, and I'm going to I need to get this amended and topped also. And like I said, as soon as I do one thing, I see something else. But I did get all these tomatoes pulled, and that tomatillo. Peas are starting to come up pretty good. These are. Not sure what happened down here, other than I think either the birds or Gypsy kind of disrupted seeds. So I might plant some more seeds in there. I think I'm going to go ahead and leave these tomatoes just because there is quite a bit of fruit on here. It looks like we're dealing with some chlorosis too. We have really high pH soil. Actually, no, that's chlorosis and spider mites. Huh. So I'll just cut all that dead off just because there's so much. And that'll be the last little bit that we get before the cold weather, and they don't like them. But Sun Gold tomatoes are coming on good. Man, these are so sweet. These are such a great snack. Let's see. I know this is basically same as what I did last week's video, but it's a little bit of an update too. Pulled all these tomatoes. I pulled the bulk of that one celery plant, and there's a new little root coming up, so I left it. And I pulled most of the spider mite damage off of here. I need to pull that because that's not good. This is what size they should be. Maybe a little bit bigger. Let me see where there's another one in here somewhere. I just saw it this morning. Huh. Guess I didn't. Oh, right there. So, I still need to clean the chicken coop today. See, and that's why I'm leaving the basil for all the pollinators. Yep, this basil is just loaded in honeybees. It's also why I didn't do any, it's why you don't spray anything during the day when they're on there. Because it'll make them scooch out of here and they probably won't come back, or it'll kill them. So, and then I sort of fixed the drip system on one of the trees, and then I noticed another tree had it. So I also thought we lost our fig tree, and we didn't. There's actually figs on there, so I need to cover those up. And then this afternoon when it's nice out, I'm going to get the ladder out, get that line level done on the tall ones up front, which is facing south, and then those back ones facing north. And get some boards up since they're painted. Let's see, I need to weed over here. And let's see if I can stand on anything without anything biting me or me tripping. But I need to fix this drip line right here. And where I fix it, I think the problem's right here, because this is all nice and watered, is I'm going to tee off of here and go all along this fence, because that's where I'm going to put the buddleia hedge, is all along here. I'm going to start about this side of the post on each side, since buddleia get really big. So, and then just get these weeds pulled too. So anyways, hopefully I get all that done today. If not, it'll be today and tomorrow. And yep, the corn's I'm just going to save it for decoration. And this evening I want to be done with everything because today's Jean's birthday. So this evening we want to, I don't know, maybe shoot some pool or something, you know. Or I'm going to barbecue some steaks and make him a nice dinner. And then we'll maybe shoot some pool. We do have a pool table in our garage, so I'm going to do that. And then, to go into this more elaborate, I really didn't. I scrolled really bad in last week's video. But everything in here is going to come out. The lamb's ear is really growing back. And the window for planting shrubs and perennial in the fall is, or for the spring is in the fall, about 6 weeks before your average first frost date. So it's added to the list of things that I have to do before that first frost date. So, I think I'm going to do the brick after the first frost date. But yeah, look at all the pollinators on the sedum autumn joy. I see probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I see at least 2 dozen honeybees on here. That is awesome. There might even be more than that. But that I can't transplant until after it's all died back. So it'll probably be the last thing to get transplanted out. And then this bed is going to get amended. Soil brought up to there. So that's going to be quite a bit of soil. Yeah, and there's bulbs in there. I'll just have to dig them out. And all of this color scheme fits in the cottage garden over there, so it'll work just fine. That cat's pajamas, Nepeta, is low growing anyway, so I'm going to put it up close front when I put in the bulbs. I'll just put that in too. The lamb's ear, as we know, gets really big. The echinacea will be just fine. Like I said, there's allium bulbs in here. And yeah, so, and then I will just, when I dig that up, I'm going to actually divide it. And it'll be just this big next year. So, and that color scheme works pretty good too out there. So I was kind of wanting all English plants, but then I'm kind of stuck with just a handful, and I don't really want to be, not really a handful, but I don't want to be stuck. So I want to do like a a pastel colored theme. So the lavenders, the pinks, the whites. I don't think I'm going to do any in the orange or apricot or yellow. Pale yellow maybe, we'll see. But definitely the pinks, lavenders, whites. And if there's a, well, that has dark purple right there. And the liriope has like a dusty purple. So, and it doesn't mind that it got pruned. But yeah, there's just so much. Then over there I had to just walk past everything that I needed to get done. So this tomato is crazy town. Anyways, I will show more. Oh, yesterday I did catch some monarchs on the buddleias. I'm sure if I were to look out there now, there would be some. But, alright, I will show you different stuff than what was in last week's video, I promise. Let's see. Oh, I even talked about treating this, but this morning it watered pretty good and I was able to pull a good section. So I don't know, first thing in the morning I'm going to come out here. You know what's weird though is the aphids. Those things are full of aphids too. So I'll definitely need to treat this area so those seeds don't come in. But and yeah, my aunt gave me a couple full-size buddleias. I have the one I'm trying to keep alive right, oh gosh, right there. Or no, right there. And then I have the volunteer right there in that pot. So I have 4. I need to find another one. But I don't like odd numbers. I mean, I don't like even numbers. So I don't know if I'm going to put that one somewhere else or just make sure the water is good to that one so it comes back. So we'll see. Anyways, like I said, I will show you some different stuff. Right now I'm going to go and make me some lunch and get me some water. So see you in a little bit. Good morning. So today's a new day. Yesterday I just, after lunch, well, I did get the beds cleaned out, which I think I filmed. And then after lunch, I had some canning projects that I needed to work on. Produce doesn't wait. So I had some cucumbers given to me by my aunt. So I got some dill pickle relish canned up because recently, usually I just chop pickles. I mean, and this is random, whatever. But sometimes I just want to open a jar of relish. But when I was inspecting or just reading all the labels in the store, there was just ingredients in there that I just didn't want. So I thought, well, I'll make my own. And by the time I decided that it's too late to grow cucumbers here, and there's must be just a small window here because they're always bitter. Anyways, my aunts weren't, so she gave me enough to do a batch of relish. So I did that, and then I had enough sweet banana peppers that I made a half gallon of pepperoncinis for the fridge. So Jean eats those like they're candy. Anyways, by the time I finished all that, it was too hot to come out here. Yesterday afternoon was really warm. Right now it's only 65, and it's not supposed to get 90 until later this afternoon. So this morning I'm going to work on this. I'm going to get all these weeds pulled. The water's already went off. And then I'm going to go get the buddleias and I'm going to place them. And I'm going to set up the drip where they're going. So that will help me soften the ground for the holes that I need to dig for them. So I think one's going to go, what did I say? So one about right there. And then one about right there. And then one right there where that brush or that rubble is. And this is the west wall of the greenhouse. You know, that's west. So I'll get that all cleaned up. And then I probably won't be able to get around to the back of the greenhouse, which is what I wanted to do. So I'm not sure. I might just put one here, here, and here, because they do get pretty big. So I don't think they're going to get that big, but they do get pretty big for me. So I just need to do some cleanup, some brush cleanup. Like I said, the sprinkler the watering system did the work for me on softening the ground around here. I still might run a sprinkler just so I can get the rest of these, or I'm just going to weed whack them down for right now. Not those, because those are all going to go to seed, which is my bad. But I brought my drip line out, and I have my supplies. I did get restocked, and I got that all cleaned up. So I'm going to work on that. And then when that's done, I need to get those level lines done so I can get those hung this evening. And then I need to do the chicken coop. So yesterday's list actually got quite a bit done, except for what I'm doing right now. So yeah, all these weeds are, but see all of that wet right there? That shouldn't be wet. So that's where I'm actually going to get rid of that overhang right there. And I'm going to try to have it go down that board right there, and then come underneath the fence is what my goal is. So I'm going to get after it, and I will show you guys in a little bit. Oh, and I did get this squash pulled, and I'm going to, I think, take some of that lovely straw and decomposed chicken manure from the other side of the chicken run. And I think I'm going to put a big, huge layer in there. So I think I'm going to spray it with neem oil, because this bed did have spider mites. So I'm going to spray it with neem oil first, work that in, and then I'm going to cover it with a big glob of that chicken. And I'll definitely show that. I'm not going to do the stuff inside the coop just because there's a lot of fresh chicken manure in there, and it won't have time to break down before I plant here in a few weeks. I'm still going to let the water go. It seems like a waste, but I don't want that soil to get hydrophobic, where it creates like a a crusty layer and water can't permeate. So I'm just going to keep the water going on it. And then we'll just go from there. But anyways, I'll show that process. Hopefully I don't regret getting behind the chicken run. I don't want, because there could be snakes living in there, so I'll test it out. But yep, very pretty from this side. I'm still kind of debating on what to put about where that fountain is, because that rose is going to get kind of filled in, and I do want something right there. I just don't know what. I do have a rose of Sharon, so I might put it there. I did have a hydrangea, about right there, but that's too far away. I'm wanting something about right here, because that water is free from the beds. So I don't, that's like the runoff, so I don't have to water to there. So that's a win. Like I don't have to water that rose. It gets water from the runoff from the beds. So as long as I always have something in the beds, that should be fine. But I do need to start getting weed barrier down there and wood chips, but I can't, not doing that right now. So, and I think then the water kind of stops about right there, but I don't want this video to get too long, so I'm going to go ahead and go get my yard waste bin and get after it and start pulling some weeds. Excuse the shadows. Okay, so that wasn't very fun trying to get this in there, but I did. So now I just need to bring out a piece, and then probably I'm going to tee it off. Not sure where yet. So, and of course this is muddy, so I'm having to deal with mud too, but that's okay. Okay, got it all done. So I have it elbowed off right there, and I'll stake that down. I'm going to test it first, make sure there's no holes in this line, because this line's been around forever. Jean they've been reusing drip line since Jean was a teenager, so make sure there's no holes. I attached it to the fence post. Then if it does work, I'm going to bring over some landscape fabric while that ground is still wet, because hopefully I fixed all the leaks to where it shouldn't be wet anymore. But get these weeds pulled, get some pre-emergent put down, and then get some mulch over it that way, and then I'll just work this way. But yeah, I got it all the way across here. I just didn't attach it there, but I just put a little fan emitter that I'm going to turn on. That way it'll help soften where I want that buddleia to go, and I think 2 of them will be just plenty. They'll grow into each other just fine. So, and I did the same right there, and then I just ended it with just it's like a hose cover. That way if I need to tie into it for anything else, I can. So, oops, excuse the shadow. So I'm going to turn it on and see how we're doing. It shouldn't be too taxing, because it's only that tree, that oak leaf hydrangea, these 2 buddleia, and let's see, this bed right here, this bed, and that bed, and those pots. So it's not going to be too taxing. These are on their own. So I'm going to go turn it on and see where we're at. I think we're good. I just need to turn them down a little bit. Oh, there's still a leak. Gosh bless it. Right there. Alright. Thought I fixed it. I guess I didn't. Okay. Well, now I know. So I'm going to get that fixed. And then there's no other leaks along here. I just need to turn this down a little bit. Oops. There we go. See where we're at on this one. Yep, just turn it. Oop. Sorry Sorry, finger. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Okay. All right, I need to fix that leak over there. And we're good. Okay. Well, that makes me happy. Yeah, I need to get mulch on there, so that'll help retain some of that moisture too. So, but that business. Alrighty.